my fellow crafters, welcome back to my channel. My name is David and today I'm going to be doing something different. I've been designing for Elizabeth Craft Designs. I have my own collection there. It's the Art Journal Specials collection, and I mainly use that in my videos and in my crafting. I combine that with other collections from Elizabeth Craft Designs just because I love the brand. I think the paper flowers are fantastic, the everyday elements are fantastic, and I use those in my journals and quite a lot. I mix and match. I love doing that. So I hardly have time to use other brands. Now, it's not that I don't like it, it's just a time thing, and I think you all will understand that. However, now I was cleaning out my craft room because I'm gonna change some things here. I'll get into that in another video, but yeah, in the future you will see a different background and my whole setup will change here. It takes a lot of work. And I was cleaning out some stuff and I found my Betterpress. Something I bought when it came out, used it a couple of times and then it disappeared. But I kept buying some plates for it, etc. Never used it. So that's going to change today. I'm going to use my Betterpress and I'm going to make a card out of that. So I'm going to take you with me on that journey and I hope you enjoy it. So without any further ado, let's switch the cameras and have a look at what we're going to do. Still empty, but I've got my Betterpress right here. So we're going to use this big boy. I've got some of the cardstock from Altenew, so I'm going to use that. And yeah, as I said, my Betterpress. So I've got my plate here, so let me put that the other way around. And I'm going to place my cardstock on there, like so. I've got some extra tape here, but these bits will probably work fine. So I'm placing my cardstock onto the plate, the top plate. Like that. And I'm going to use this set. It's a press plate with a layering stencil set. So I'm going to use that first. So yeah, let's just get started. So as you can see, completely new. Never been out of the packaging, so let me take that out if it wants to come out. There we go. Being impatient as I am, I put that to the side and put the plate. Now this is magnetic, and I'm going to place that right there. Have it sort of straight on there. Now this is an A2 size. This is an A2 size panel, but I'm going to use it on a bigger size paper. And what I'm going to use for that is mulberry, because I've also bought the different colors ink. Now, do you need to use this ink? You get the best results with it, but I've also used it with VersaFine, works like a charm, and paper-wise I've also used it with a soft finish cardstock and it worked. But the best impression you get with this paper. But it also is beautiful when you use the soft finish card. So I'm just gonna tap this on here. Mulberry is a beautiful, beautiful dark color. At least and the benefit of this system is you can do it multiple times. So if you miss out a bit, you can just do it again. But what I remember is that I never needed to do it twice. So next I'm going to take my plate, let the magnets do its thing, so it clicks into place. And then I've got my die cutting machine here. I've got my Big Shot here. It works with the Big Shot. It also works with the Spellbinders, but the Spellbinders is packed. So I'm going to place this in here, and I can't get this fully in frame, but you get the gist. And I'm just slowly going to run that through. So, there we go. Okay, fingers crossed. Perfect. Gonna trim this panel to size. Love it. Okay. I love it when it works, right? So, I'll clean this one off later. Just put that to the side for now. So, I'll do some more better pressing in a second, but first let me start with the coloring process. And for that, I'm going to use my Altenew sticky mat, just because it's nice and handy and it keeps this in place. And I'm going to trim this to size first, because it makes it easier with the stencil. There we go. Now I'm going to take these stencils. These are numbered, so let me find out how this works. It's a lot of stencils. Are they numbered? Yes. Okay. So this is number 1. And what you do, there are corners on here, and you line the corners up. Now, if I wouldn't have trimmed it down, it would have been easy to line up, but in this case, it works as well. Just it's quite easy to look at. So let me get my inks, and I'm going to use my Gina K inks for this, just because I think they blend so beautiful. So let me get some colors, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my inks, I've got my colors ready to go. So let me see. We've got 1, 2. These are the color centers. I need a color for that. 3, and then it's the leaves. So it's 2 colors of purple. So I'm going to start with lovely lavender. So with a light touch, I'm going to apply this ink first. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush, a more detailed one, load that with the color. I'm just going to use that on the outside of the petals, just to intensify that color ever so slightly. This gives it even more layered look. Missed one here and here. And I really like the Gina K inks because they blend so nicely. So that is my first color. Put down. So put that to the side. Then I'm going to do number 2, which is this one. It says it here. I'm not sure you can see it. There, number 2. I'm going to put that on here. And I'm going to use Plum Punch, using the same brush. And I'm going to start with a lighter touch again. And then I'm going to do the same thing, just making the tips a bit darker. Might as well use the smaller brush, David. That makes sense. It's a very dark plum, but I love it. I saw Jennifer McGuire do this, and it actually gave a nice effect on the stencil as well, on the background. And you take the majority of the ink off, which helps. Yeah, look at that. I love it. So, let me get a yellow. I'm taking sweet corn for that. With no rhyme or reason, just thought, it's the first yellow I saw. So, just doing that in the centers. Lovely yellow color. And you know what? I might do even pop of gold. Bear with me. In the centers, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the metallic pigment ink from Lisa Horton. And that will just give this a pop of shine. There we go. Lovely. Okay, on to the next layer. This makes it so easy to color in, if you do it right. Okay, here's number 4. That was number 3. So let me find its position. Taking my green brush. And again, start with a lighter touch. And on these ones, I'm just going to come in and darken up. Just to give them some dimension. Okay. This is coming together pretty. Okay, last one. Line it up. And you know what? I'm going to come in with some shine with the interference inks because, well, I love them. So I'm taking my brush for that and color that in. There we go. That's that done. There we have it. This is the finished card panel. And when this is dry, it will have a beautiful sheen to it. So I'm going to let this dry and move on to the next bit. Because what I have here is a beautiful burlap press plate. And I do love a bit of grunge. We know that, right? I love my grunge. So that's what we're going to do, create with this one. So get my Betterpress. And since we're experimenting, I'm going to use a Cloud9 Premium Metallic Pigment ink to see if this works. I don't know. We'll see. If not, I've used this one once. I can't even remember it, but I think just to try. Same paper. Place that like that, just so I know it's in the right place. Tape it to the back. There we go. Let's see. Now this is quite a soft cushion, so I'm doing this with not a lot of pressure. And run that through the die cutting machine. Now you've seen that, so I will do that off camera quickly. Okay, run that through once. Ooh, look at that. Love that. So put the Betterpress to the side. Take my piece of burlap. Oh no, don't put the Betterpress to the side, David. You still need that. Because I need to do some sentiments. So it's going to be all Betterpress that we're doing today. Because this is also still in the packaging. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to press this on a piece of paper, die cut them out, and then I'm going to create a card. I will use those two, and the rest will go into my little bucket with all sorts of sentiments ready to go. Right. Now I've got this. I want this a tiny bit more grungy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Craft from Gina K. I'm just lightly going to go over that. I'm doing the same with the card. Yes, it's going to go over everything, but I want this white gone. I want it a bit more grungy, so that's what I'm doing. Don't judge me. Everyone's got their own style, right? Okay, that's way better for me. So I just ripped off a piece of that burlap, like that, and place that on here. So I'm going to cut this to size, and then I'll be back. So this is not the good card size, so I will just place my matte layer on there like where I want it, and then I will just trim that to size. Now I'm just going to use my scrapbook adhesives glue gun. Nice and easy. Put that on here. There we go. Now I just need to trim up a bit at the top, so let's do that. Tiny bit more. There we go. Now I'm going to use my glue and place that right there. Pop this up a tiny bit, just because I can. Give it some dimension. Put that there in the center. I love it. Now I want some bling, and these are too white. These are too gold, but I do like these. So let's have a look. So I've just put some random dots of glue on there. I'm just gonna use this thing I don't like, but it's what I've got at the moment. just place some on there. So here's the final result of my card for today. I had fun making this one. Betterpress is fun to use. It's not in my everyday go-to, but that's, well, I explained that in the beginning, but it's fun to use. And I think I can use these kind of things in my art journaling as well. So I will definitely be looking at those background thingies, see if I can use it on my design paper. I think that will work. So that's another experiment for another day. But I love how this one turned out. So thank you for joining me. If you like this one, please consider to subscribe to my channel. If you made it this far, you might as well, right? Give this video a thumbs up, and then I'd love to see you for the next one. Thank you for joining me today. See you then. Bye.